What's up, Candy Lickers? Pleased to meet you. Nice to know me. What you doing? We're having a Zoom party tonight, and I have no idea what we're going to talk about. I have no idea who's popping in.
Let's talk about pussies.
Okay, let's mute that. We had to have one. I'm glad it got out of the way early. Ah.
Hell, you just bored tonight?
What a perfect way to start.
Oh, Daddy, make me come.
There we go. Now they get blocked. It's real easy. Let's see. This is good stuff.
All right, it's Crown Rail.
What are you drinking? Daniel Stanley, where are you from?
I'm from northern Wisconsin.
And you're drinking what? Crown.
And High Life Light.
Oh, yeah. Gonna have a chase.
Wisconsin, maybe if you don't get Wisconsin beer here, we kick you the fuck out. I salute.
Hang on. I'll put the wrong guy in. I had to make sure it wasn't you, Tony. Tony, you're muted. Chris Allen's in the house.
No, it wasn't me.
we got some kids that are popping off. This is good stuff. This is what I needed this to be. Chris, did you miss that beginning?
Yes. What happened? What I missed?
We had some kids asking to see some dirty stuff. Guys, this is big, guys. We got a pro baseball player joining us. Is this your boy, Chris?
Is Matt on?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, is this your boy?
That's my boy.
We got a big leaguer. We got an all-star coming in.
That's my good brother.
Chris, what are you doing, bud?
Look at my man.
It's a family reunion.
What are we doing here?
This you're in a whole different level right now. My man Casio, best podcast in the country. You're gonna be on it, Matt. You're gonna be on it.
I just ordered a Casio for Christmas for myself.
Sweet. The watch or the keyboard?
The G-Shock heart rate monitor thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Matt Capps at? It looks like it's daylight.
I'm in Atlanta. It's definitely not daylight. See there?
Oh, you just got good lighting.
Oh, yeah. I'm in the living room. Kids are in bed. My wife's running around somewhere doing something. I don't know. And
mine's watching The Bachelor.
The Bachelor. We got The Voice on. I had to get up and turn it down.
My wife is like 2 feet from me, asleep on my couch. So.
We got Tony Mack in here, who is a sports radio host who is playing video games. We've got an MLB guy who is watching The Voice. Chris Allen is one of the biggest sports fanatics I know. He's got The Bachelor. It's Monday Night Football and Raw, and I'm hosting a podcast. And Daniel Stanley's in Wisconsin drinking.
Who's playing Monday Night Football?
Browns.
Ravens.
Pretty good game, actually. I got it on.
Nice. I got to turn it on.
How does Matt Capps and Chris Allen know each other?
Oh, man.
That's a good question. How do we know each other, Chris?
So
Carter, I guess?
Yeah, my college roommate is his brother-in-law.
What kind of Maury Povich shit is that?
I know, right? So Brian, my college roommate, married Matt's sister-in-law.
That's right.
And then Matt and I became friends through Brian, and the rest is history. We've known each other for what, 10 years now, probably? I don't know, something like that.
Has it been that long?
Probably pretty close.
Long enough to remember when you didn't drink out of tiny green cups.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean,
Uh-oh.
that's why my hand's just so big. It makes it look bad.
You're like Andre. What's in the green cup, buddy?
It's just ice water right now, but that can be changed quickly.
Caps has got a drink. Caps has got a nightcap. That's what you need a podcast called The Nightcap.
The nightcap. That's a nice one. I like that.
Nightcap.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You need a podcast, Matt.
Matt Shivani in the house.
What's up?
He's in Atlanta.
How we doing? I was randomly scrolling through Twitter and this popped up and I said, fuck it, why not? What's that?
We got D Carp in the house. We got Doug Holliday. What's coming in here? There he is.
I'm here.
He's at the North Pole, guys.
Pretty much.
Where are you, dude? For real?
North Pole.
On a fucking iceberg.
What's it called?
Newfoundland.
Yeah, maybe I've heard of it. Okay, guys. It's near the North Pole.
Is that for real?
Newfoundland.
You're really up in Newfoundland?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't you
Oh,
tell by
wow.
his internet? It's got to go through all that ice and snow. D Carp, what's up, buddy?
Oh, not much. How you guys doing?
D Carp was wanting me to sing Elvira, I believe. Was that you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I went and saw the
Elvira.
Oak Ridge Boys Friday night, fellas.
Where was that?
Gaylord Opryland, the whitest place
Whoa.
on earth.
You,
Because of
you
all
know
the
who
fake
would have
snow, of course. All the fake
gotta-
snow and ice.
you're gonna have to tell Dad you went, he'd lose his shit.
Why, is he an Oak Ridge Boys guy?
Yeah, big time.
Shivani, we got a
He
big
starts
leaguer
talking
in
about
here.
it, I just immediately just who's a big leaguer?
Matt Capps is in the house, all-star, son.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
How's it going, Matt?
Hey, Matt, how are you? Matt, you're in
Killing,
Atlanta.
man. What's that?
I hear you live in Atlanta also.
No, I actually live in I live right outside New York. I live in Jersey City, New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's fucking freezing and we got snow on the way. I know Doug's probably like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah, come on down south.
Yeah, I should. I'm trying.
That's where you're. Tony's in Atlanta, isn't he? Your
Yeah.
Dad's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. He's in Atlanta.
Matt, everybody that doesn't know, Matt Shivani's dad is Tony Schiavone, who former WCW and everybody wrestler, announcer now at AEW. Also, the Braves minor league affiliate announcer. Is he still doing that, or did he finally retire?
He done, man. He got that Tony combine. I was like, I don't need this shit anymore.
He got wrestling money and got out of the minor leagues.
Yeah,
Who's
man.
he? Who was
Minor leagues is that's brutal, man. That's a brutal schedule.
Who was the announcer for?
Pretty tough.
I mean, the Braves AAA team, the Gwinnett Stripers.
Mm-hmm.
But he was working. I mean, Matt, you might be able to speak on this better, but like they'd play every day, and they get one day off a month. From
That's what people don't
from like
understand
April
about,
till September.
Yeah, the baseball schedule. The toughest part of the baseball schedule is it's 162 games, but it's 162 games played in a 180-day window. And
Yep.
4 of those off days are together at the All-Star break. So it is literally every day, day in, day out.
Who was your?
man.
Were you in the Pirates farm system?
I was, yeah. I spent most of my career with the Pirates. Came up with them. Drafted by them, came up to the big leagues with them. So I spent 2002, 3, 4, and half of 05 in the minor leagues with Pittsburgh. And then made it to the big leagues in 05 and stayed there until I got hurt in 12. And then I was with the Cleveland Baseball Club
There you go.
in 2013 and 14. Had my shoulder fixed with them. And then Atlanta for a couple of months.
Yeah, I was about
and
to
then
say,
I finished with Arizona.
I remember you were in Atlanta for a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Short period of time.
Yeah.
You signed
Yeah,
with them
you're
and they
from
traded
Georgia
you, or
too,
did you
right?
get traded there?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Did you sign with the Braves and get traded, or opposite?
I signed as a minor league free agent when I was coming off a rehab, shoulder surgery, and they released me. I wasn't any good anymore, so they let me go.
What about your time in Minnesota? I'm a season ticket holder.
You are?
Yeah.
I had a couple of good years in Minnesota. I had one not so good year in Minnesota. That's when I got hurt in 2012.
Yep. No, second deck, very first row, even with third base. I got 4 seats.
Okay. I got you. We enjoyed our time in Minnesota. It's a great town in the summertime.
Yeah, the winters suck up here. I'm in northern Wisconsin. It takes me 2 hours to get there, but it's freeway driving.
I don't know how you do it in the wintertime.
It's freeway driving, he said.
Yeah, we don't know any different, so we just assume that's how everything is.
Yeah, I get it. I went up one time in January for Twins Fest, and I was complaining to the bartender about how cold it was. It's like -16, -45 wind chill, something like that. And he handed me a cup of coffee, and I watched and told me to go outside and throw it in the road, and I watched it bounce off the road. It just kind of like disintegrated, and then just it's not supposed to happen.
Was that in Gadsden?
No, it was in Bemidji, I believe.
Well, Bemidji.
Definitely not Gadsden.
Jeff York is in here, and he missed the beginning of that. He thought you're like a hometown dude.
Gadsden. I mean, Gadsden gets that cold every now and then.
No, Matt Capps was telling us when he played professional ball in Minnesota, Jeff. I'm glad you reserted him back to Etowah County, Alabama. I appreciate that. I know he's going sleeveless. He does have our uniform on. That's his church clothes.
That's right.
One thing I can do is drag the group down.
D Carp, where you at?
I am up in Ohio, watching the Browns game on my Chromebook next to the monitor here.
I was about to say that's pretty big if you're getting away from Monday Night Football.
The more I watch them, the worse they do. So I try to avoid them and just kind of hope they win. I think I'm cursed, or Ohio's cursed in general. One of the two.
I think the second one.
I'm pretty sure it's Ohio. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds accurate.
Caps, you got any superstitions when you went out?
I never stepped on the line. I ate the same thing for lunch when I had a good day.
What do you eat?
Well, it depends. A lot of something. I don't think I really had any I shouldn't say that. The biggest ones were when I was getting dressed, I put my belt on before I put my pants on. So I put my belt into the pants before I put my pants on. I don't know why I started that, and the legs couldn't touch the ground.
The legs of the pants?
Legs of the pants couldn't touch the ground as I was putting the belt in.
What happens if it did?
Well, it happened a lot in 2012, so we won't talk about that.
So if it happened, did you just start over, or what was how did you erase it?
I didn't. That's why Daniel and all his Twins buddies didn't really like me in 2012.
I got you.
No, we really didn't. His nickname in 2012 for Twins fans was Caps Off Another Loss.
Oh, no.
Geez.
Oh.
Did you know
Sorry.
that?
I liked you. I liked
I
you.
didn't
It's just,
know that.
Look at him. He's disgusted now. I didn't know that.
yeah, that was a little thing going wrong. Well, right by my seats is the Captain Morgan station. No.
Just say the boys in the upper deck have no mercy, do they?
No, we really don't. Well, I was at the game for Jim Tomey's 596th and 597th home run.
Yeah.
And they intentionally walked them.
Yeah.
They're playing the Mariners, and like a Mariners fan did the engagement thing that they do for like a kiss cam, booed, and then people started throwing stuff at him because
No.
don't wear the opposing team's jerseys when we're at. Jim told me just go back, and now we got to get them intentionally walked. So it was already a hostile crowd. And then people thought they should get engaged at another team's stadium, and we weren't having it.
Who does that?
That doesn't make much sense.
No, none.
They were doing
public shame. I don't know.
They were doing one of those, we go to every baseball stadium as a couple thing.
So
Yeah, we'll do it, but don't get on the big screen.
for real, yeah. How long?
Don't get on the big. That was a little while ago. It's whenever it was the year Tommy hit 600.
So they've been divorced
2011.
twice since then.
Yeah, because he was a Twins killer. Jim Tomey was. I wished horrible things upon him and his family. He was Twins killer. One game to go into the playoffs. We had that one play-in game. We lose 1-0. Why? Tomey hit a home run. When he was a White Sox and when he was an Indian, he was a Twins killer.
How many fake engagements do you think that couple did at every stadium they went to? You think they
That's
tried
what I
to
was gonna
do
say.
that gimmick every single time?
Yeah, it was.
I didn't think about that angle. I'm just thinking how badly the divorce went.
Oh,
Is that
All
still
right.
a popular thing to do?
There
To
was a
get
gusty
engaged
battle
in
over
baseball
a
stadiums?
goldfish in that divorce.
I feel like Daniel looked over and was like, "This caps off another divorce."
I didn't throw anything, but I went, "Ooh, that's bad," because they were getting booed right away. I was like, they just intentionally walked Jim Tomey, who hit 597. Fans want to see a third home run.
That's right.
The
They did
boo
it
birds-
15 times.
Oh, they did the boo birds, and then
Did you look it
started
up, Descartes?
No, I'm just detective work. That's all. I'm just assuming.
because his
I-
first,
Matt,
shot.
Matt, you pitched in Yankee Stadium. How was that?
That was fun. The old one was better than the new one. The new one is, I mean, it's really, really nice, but like the aura around old Yankee Stadium was pretty awesome. So Wrigley was probably my favorite though, just because when you were in Wrigley, you felt like it was the same as it was in, the 1930s. And the visiting clubhouse is above the concourse, and you walk down these steps and there's like basically like a curtain that separates you from the fans, so you hear people walking through the concourse and you can poke your head through the curtain and you can see out there, and then you have to walk down this long tunnel. So the visiting clubhouse is actually in the right field bleachers, underneath the right field bleachers above the concourse, and you walk all the way down to the dugout right by first base, and it's not wide enough. If the catcher is walking towards you, you have to stop and like back up and find a little cutout in the tunnel for him to pass by, because he's got all his gear and his bag and whatnot. But if one guy's walking towards you and you're walking down, walking up to the clubhouse and you're walking down to the field, you literally have to turn sideways to pass each other. So it's neat. It's cool.
You ever pitch many in Boston?
You know what? I went to Boston twice, and I never got into a game there.
Just curious I was always curious how much of a best friend the Green Monster would be to a guy who don't want to give up too many home runs.
Yeah. I tried to keep the ball on the ground. When I was good, guys hit the ball on the ground, so the Monster wouldn't have come into play a whole lot for me. Daniel might disagree, but when I was good, I kept the ball on the ground. I wasn't a swing and miss guy. I wasn't good enough to try and miss bats, so I tried to pitch to contact and keep the ball down. And when I did, I had a lot of success. When I didn't, I got hit, and I got hit hard.
Tell them about when you got Poppy out in the All-Star game.
Here we go. See, Chris knows the good stories.
That was fun. So I made the All-Star team in 2010. 2010 was a great year. I had gotten non-tendered by the Pirates after the 2009 season and then signed with Washington. There was a good opportunity to go to Washington, be the closer, and kind of reestablish. And I had a great year. I had a great first half, made the All-Star team. Awesome experience. It was out in Anaheim. And, Charlie Manuel was the manager. The Phillies went to the World Series in 2009, so it was National League. He was a manager for our team that year. And they had a big meeting before the game. We've got 30-something guys here and X amount of pitchers. If you warm up and you don't pitch, you're not going to get in the game. We're not going to risk getting somebody hurt in, a quote-unquote exhibition game. So the bullpen coach came up to me in the 6th inning, I believe, and said, "Hey, Doc's going out to pitch. Today's his bullpen day, so he's got 25 pitches. But you need to get up, get going. Doc being Roy Halladay. So I mean, I got up, I got a baseball, I stood on the mound, and in my mind, I'm thinking, this Roy Halladay, 25 pitches, his bullpen day. Gosh, Doc Halladay. I mean, he throws 4 innings on 25 pitches.
Yeah.
Like I just knew I wasn't going to pitch. So I'm like literally trying to take it all in. I'm looking around. I've thrown like 2 or 3 pitches with the catcher standing up, and all of a sudden I'm looking out on the field and there's 2 guys on and it's a full count on this hitter. And I'm like, oh geez. He gets the guy out. So now there's 2 outs, 2 guys on base. And I see Charlie Manuel walking up the steps. I've thrown maybe 5 throws with the catcher down. It's like, oh shit, I got to get hot. So I just started rapid firing, trying to throw as many as I could at the catcher, as hard as I could, just to get my body kind of ready to go out and compete. And I remember running through the gate and crossing the warning track, running through the outfield. I get to the mound. Charlie hands me the ball. He goes, all right, now you got 2 outs. 2 guys on 2 outs. Go get them. And Brian McCann is standing there. So I played with McCann in high school. So I've known Mac for 20-something years now. And Mac looks at me and he goes, what do you want to do? And I said, who are we facing? Didn't even know who was on deck. And, it's like I look around his shoulder and there's David Ortiz. And I'm like, all right, well, I don't know. Let's get ahead of him. Let's finish him off hard in. So as the plan would turn out, instead of getting ahead of him, I fell behind 2-0. And then Brian went fastball away. I threw a fastball for a strike. Got back in the count at 2-1. Then I went sinker away. And he came unglued out of his shoes swinging at it. And fortunately just fouled it back. And then Mac put down slider. I shook. Put down changeup. I shook. He put down fastball away. I shook. And then, I mean, I don't throw anything else. So he should have known what I was wanting, but it was like it hit him. He goes, oh yeah. And then went fastball in. And I executed a good pitch, threw a fastball in the inside corner and struck him out looking.
Looking. Yeah.
Awesome,
Yeah.
man.
It was fun. And then like 2 weeks later, I got traded to Minnesota and I had the time of my life, August and September in Minnesota. We were really, really good. We were a good ball club. And first opportunity to and only opportunity in my career to play in the playoffs. And we just couldn't pull it out. We ran into the dreaded Yankees.
Were you the winning pitcher of that All-Star game? Were you the recorded winning pitcher?
I was. So we were down by 1 run. And then McCann actually came up in the top of the 7th and hit a 2 RBI double that gave us the lead, and we held on to it.
Is Chris? You should pay Chris to be like your professional hype man. This dude,
I am his hype man.
I'm telling you,
this is the greatest podcast I've ever hosted.
I'm driving over to Huntsville next weekend, Chris. I'll slip you a 20.
Come on, brother. Come on.
Check out Toyota
I
Field.
just bought this. Oh, there it went away. I just bought this, by the way.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Caps twin jersey.
Yeah.
I love that.
Daniel, you can't wear that in the stands. People will throw stuff at you.
I'll tell him you're a cool dude, and I'll bullshit you in a good way. Don't worry about it.
You probably just made what, like 11 cents off of that?
But yeah, no, I don't make anything off of any of it anymore.
Nah, that's bootlegged.
No, it's official twin store.
It's official.
It says so right in the website title, so you know it's good.
There you go.
Yeah.
You
I got
keep
free
talking
shit.
about
It says it.
keep talking about how bad of a year 2012 was. Well, it wasn't great for us Braves fans either. Wasn't that the infield fly for Chipper?
I believe so.
His last
it was.
game? It was brutal.
Yeah, it was.
So
Yeah, but you guys had the whole 90s, so you don't get to talk.
I was just a kid then. I don't remember it all that much.
I was a kid watching them. You had Greg Maddox, who looks like my accountant, just striking everybody out. And Smoltz.
Smoltz, Maddox, Glavin.
Avery.
And Avery.
Oh God, Lamar
Kent
Jackson.
Merker.
And and the crime dog, Fred McGriff.
Ooh,
God, I love the crime dog.
Should be a Hall of Famer.
We had the cat and
Should
the
be.
dog. Atlanta had the cat and the dog. They had Big Cat later.
The big
Galarraga.
cat, Andres Galarraga.
Yes,
the big
son.
cat. That's what I call
My
it.
favorite
That's
is still
my
Chipper
son's
Jones.
nickname.
Chipper Jones's stats at Old Shea Stadium was just ridiculous. Like his batting average is like 500. His son's name is Shea.
He named his son Shay. Yeah.
The best.
But if you look him up, it's ridiculous. It's like 455 batting average. It's just ridiculous how bad he killed the Mets.
I don't know who arranged this, but you know how they were doing all like the cardboard cutouts at the beginning of the year in the stands and all this stuff. I don't know if Chipper paid for it, but somebody paid for it in the Mets stadium. Chipper was right behind the third base dugout as a cardboard cutout.
And his son too. His son's cutout was right there with him.
It was probably him because he still makes fun of how good he was against the Mets just to piss off Mets fans. I probably was.
I would too.
Yeah,
Love that.
Who wouldn't, right?
Exactly.
Caps, when you went out, you said you had a bad year. You was in the threes. I'm looking it up.
2012.
Yeah, you had 3.6.
I know, but I got hurt. I got hurt early and then tried to pitch through it and tried to get back on the field a little too early, actually twice. I came off the DL. I don't remember what month it was, May, June, probably. And then I tried to get back out there before the trade deadline because they were talking about trading me. And that was probably the worst thing I could have done. And then I missed like a month and a half, close to 2 months, and was able to get back out on the field for the last 10 or 12 games of the season, something like that. And then that was about it for me. Well, that was it for me in the big leagues.
What was your injury? Sorry.
I tore the bicep interval in my labrum, my shoulder. So I had a cuff
Those are a lot of
debris.
words that I've never heard, so I guess I don't have those muscles.
So your arm fell off, basically, is what you're saying.
Pretty much.
So you
That's
now
what
have
it
a
was.
metal arm.
I've got some permanent sutures in the bicep interval tendon, which is the tendon in the front of your shoulder that holds your bicep tendon in the head of the humerus and keeps it from flopping around when you move.
Oh
Yeah, I've never typed hard enough to tear anything like that.
I think a lot of Braves fans got that when they threw stuff on the field that day in 2012 too. So
Fair chance. Fair chance. Antonio, how'd you become a Braves fan and a Browns fan?
He's
Oh,
weird.
so I grew up in Tennessee. I'm a Browns. I'm not a Browns fan. I'm just wearing a Baker jersey. I'm a big Baker Mayfield fan.
He's an
Okay.
Oklahoma fan.
I'm an
Oh, my
Oklahoma
goodness.
fan. Yeah, my stepdad. He's been my stepdad since I was like 5 years old. He grew up in Seminole, Oklahoma, which is just about an hour outside of Norman. So grew up a big Oklahoma fan. It's weird doing sports radio in Alabama, not having an SEC team as your favorite. But my wife's a big Auburn fan, so I live that misery every day.
Come
So
on,
you-
Shivani. I know it's coming. Come on. Shivani's the Georgia family in here. Come
Oh
on.
man, go dogs, buddy! I'm so glad you guys forked over $21 million to tow his ass out of town. That's at least one player he won't be able to recruit.
Here we go.
You cheating motherfuckers!
Oh, he ain't the only Georgia fan.
Oh my God, I'll never forgive you guys for that fucking scam that you guys pulled.
I love he says you guys. Like there's people involved in here. I like he's got the heat going.
You're not a booster, Cassio?
Yeah, I'm a booster.
Yeah.
I'm in a booster seat right now.
It's like
Helps
church
bad,
bells
man.
around
I
the money
carry
jar.
cash.
That's how boosters work.
What I'm feeling is we probably need to just give him the floor for a few minutes. I think he's got some stuff to work out.
Yeah, get it off your chest now, Shivani.
Who, me? Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm good. No, we beat y'all's ass this year. We're all right. and we'll
Daniel.
probably beat y'all's next year and the year after that. And don't worry, you guys will beat Nick Saban someday.
Yeah, he
Whoever
will
else y'all bring.
eventually. You're right.
Yeah.
Daniel, how'd you end up a Georgia fan in Wisconsin?
I grew up with just my dad's a large animal vet, so he was never home a whole lot. And just like Saturdays, you put on a college football game, and I was like 11, I think. And I believe it was Tug of Four, wide receiver from Auburn caught the ball, ran out of bounds, and
Yeah.
the dog attacked him. And my dad's a vet, and I love dogs. So as a kid, that just gets drilled into you, and I'm like Georgia fan.
That's plenty.
That's all it took. I've taken 3 trips to Between the Hedges. I brought flowers to the graves of the old Uggas.
Whoa.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Oh.
By the way, Georgia co-ed's not bad scenery. Little hint out there if anyone's looking to travel.
Wear
There's a
sunglasses.
couple of
Daniel looking between the hedges and the bushes.
Oh, hedges.
Hey-o! Drink it
Hedges,
up. Here we go.
bushes, and pounding bourbon cokes, because apparently that's all y'all drink in Georgia. But
Yeah, if it's brown, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
I got a buddy from, I guess, West Tennessee area, and I found out that he was a big time Georgia fan. And I was like, so how did you grow up in Tennessee and become a Georgia fan? He said, because I saw all the people around me that were redneck Tennessee fans, and I just picked another one.
See, I'm in Ohio, and I can't stand Ohio State because I think the fans are obnoxious.
Oh, God, they are.
So I am actually an Auburn fan in Ohio. I always just kind of – it was the what was the
That's the
Cadillac
worst
Williams,
loss of a
Ronnie
bet I've
Brown
ever
team.
heard.
Oh, yeah,
was the one that had me
2004.
on Auburn. They were just awesome.
Oh, yeah, that was
Jason
crazy.
Campbell.
Jason Campbell's badass. Oh, yeah. That was
Yeah.
my
Get him,
NCAA
Shivani.
video game team.
Auburn
No,
fan
that was,
and a Browns fan. How are you not on suicide watch?
Well, yeah. I'm a Red Sox fan, so, I mean, we got ups and downs on that one, too. So,
Speaking
I
of
have, like,
Boston,
one good
Ryan
team.
Edwards.
What's up, brother?
Ryan worked with me at the Huntsville Stars. You were there before I
Wow.
was.
Wow.
Yeah, it was there three seasons. Yeah, two with you.
That was a long 2, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. Especially since I tore my ACL playing basketball like a week before the season started, and almost
my God.
got canned because Buck was like, "Dude, you're basically no use to me. Like I can't." I was like the tarp, grunt, so I couldn't do that anymore. So stuck me up in the press box with you and Patrick.
Casio, what'd you do for the Stars? That predated before I moved here. The Stars were gone before I moved here.
I was the PA announcer
Oh,
and
yeah,
music.
that was, and so I'm a Huntsville native. I was going to the Stars games as a kid when they first came here with, Parkway Jose and Mark McGuire and all those guys. And I gotta say, not just Askis and Casio, but I had a lot more fun with you on the PA.
Well, I did it very low key. We even got hate mail. Ryan can attest to that. We got literal letters wrote to the stadium because I was like Chicago Bulls announcer when the Stars players would come up, and then when like the opposing team would come up, I'd be like, now batting.
Yeah.
Number 3.
That's how you're supposed to do it,
Oh,
right?
yeah. It was
Matt
incredible.
Caps.
Who was the dude on? I think it was like Montgomery or Birmingham. Remember he was like Jay Hoon. Oh, Jay Hoon Ha.
Yeah.
Remember that? You're like Jay.
Hoon Ha.
You got to, you're gonna have to coach me up, Casio, because I've got that job for the Pandas.
Oh no! Don't take any pointers from me, brother. I got hate mail.
I want hate mail. Dude.
I got lumped in. They called me, and Joe Cassick called and said, "Hey, we don't have an announcer. Our guy just retired." As a radio promotion, he asked my co-host at the time, Cole Kubelik, to fill in, and Cole was like, "I'm not fucking calling baseball," and I was like, "I mean, we're just goofing off. I'll do it." And then I sat there for I think 6 or 7 seasons. It ended up being.
Yeah, so 2 things. One, I'm all for Cole Kubelik taking Gary's seat, like you tweeted the other day. Let's put him up there. And 2, you got hate mail from the opposing teams. That means you did a great job.
Yeah, that's right. That's good stuff.
Like, yeah. My biggest faux pas, well, not my only faux pas. I had a lot of faux pas, but my biggest faux pas was I was also in charge of music. And so I had to get the batting order lined up, and so they would tell me their walk-up music if they cared. But I would get as everything's doing, I'm like, national anthem, go, and somebody'd start singing, and I'm like looking at the batting order and putting everything up, And as I was getting Scooter Jeanette, who's now with the Brewers, or I think he might have got traded, but Scooter was there, and I was getting his stuff line, and in the middle of the national anthem, I hit "Jump Around," and I mean it starts blaring. I mean, dead center of the national anthem is like "Jump Around" because it's like and everybody. And at first, I don't realize it's happening, and then everybody like hand on their hearts, turning around. I'm like, yeah, my bad. Don't jump around during that.
Okay, so, but for context, at that time you didn't have the beard.
No.
If you had the beard at that time and interrupted the national anthem, you were jihad right there.
Oh man.
I was going to say they hated me anyway. I think I was all right.
Yeah, but
I wanted to get kicked out because it was the time when the Cubs minor league affiliate played 3 by Mice for the umpires.
Yeah.
And they kicked him out. And that was my whole deal. I was like, please just let me get kicked out of one game. Please let me play 3 by Mice.
Yeah,
remember when you played Disney music for all the guys that didn't have music?
Yeah, the players are like, I don't care what my walk-up music is. I'm like, all right. So I play like
It's Raining Men or
I would play or Disney music. I would play like Mulan soundtrack, and they'd quickly be like, all right, I take it back. I do got batting music.
I picked one. Picked one.
Caps, what'd you come out to?
It was different in different places. So the Pirates they like cut this thing for me. It was called the Big Bull Rider. It was a Toby Keith song. It was pretty cool. I kind of liked it. My wife's over here on the couch laughing at me right now. But I thought it was pretty awesome.
Why are you laughing, Chris? Did you hear it?
No, because I can see Jen laughing at that, like thinking that's the most ridiculous thing ever.
Wait, so you weren't a fan of the song or anything? They just made it.
Yeah, they just made it. I was one of those guys that said, I don't care.
There we go.
Unfortunately, they didn't do the Disney music. One of the PR guys found this song and they like chopped it up and they played this whole video to it. It was pretty neat. It's on YouTube. I've showed it to my kids and looked it up and showed it to my kids. But and then in Washington, they started playing. What was that called? The Final Countdown? The Final Countdown.
Well, who's laughing? Is that your wife again?
Yeah, here. Hang on, I'll turn it around.
She's loving this.
Hey, we can find that on YouTube and do a screen share real quick, right?
We can what?
I can't remember.
You can find that on YouTube and screen share it.
His
video was cool. In Minnesota, it was cool. John Roush had a really cool one because they played Metallica over it.
Yep.
He was at
What'd you come out to in Minnesota?
One weird Dutch guy the size of a house.
7 foot tall.
Yeah, he's 7 foot tall. He's got his wedding rings tattooed on his neck, and they zoom in onto it while Metallica's blaring, and he just walks out.
Gosh.
Pretty badass.
Dude, your rodeo song sounds like shit now, Caps.
No, I know.
Well, that one was cool just because I was even with first base, very first row. But but John, I came out and I was like, John Roush doesn't look like a baseball player. He looked like a pro wrestler.
Yeah. We could just replace that name with Kenny Powers.
Yeah. It was.
Remember what you came out to in Minnesota?
Cool Caps? His video was very cool for the Twins.
I don't. It was the Final Countdown for a little bit because I brought it with me from Washington, and then Justin Morneau picked a song. I think it was a Pearl Jam song, but I don't remember what it was.
Like, were you in the zone and like didn't hear music or what?
No, you don't. You're in your head. You're with your thoughts. It doesn't matter how loud it is or what's going on. You kind of have that tunnel vision. You don't hear a whole lot.
So you say you picked the Final Countdown?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't.
The guys with the Nationals did.
So the follow-up question of why is probably irrelevant.
Yeah,
he was the closer.
He's a closer.
Final countdown. 3, 2, 1.
I figured. But I was wondering why. If he was like just trying to nail that shit down, or
So far, Casio, I think the advice that I've gotten from you and everybody in here is if they don't have walk-up music, play WAP, right?
Yeah. Just play. Yeah, play. don't go, I'm going to pick a good song for them. Pick something awful, and they'll quickly tell you what they want to come into.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
drop that Cardi B song, that WAP song.
I also played Ryan was there for that. I played the Oompa Loompa song from Willy Wonka when the field crew came out to bring the tarp, and
yes.
we almost got in fist fight with the groundskeeper there.
Really?
Kelly did not like that.
I mean, me and him are great friends now, but at that moment, he came barreling into the press box. And I'm like, Jay Hoon, ha! And he comes up and he's like, don't you ever fucking play that music again. I'm like, dude, it was hilarious. He's like, it is not hilarious. We're busting our ass out here. I was like, I mean, I know. I was trying. It's a rain delay. I'm trying to like, he's like, not funny at all. I'm like, got it.
Dude, busting their ass.
Got a short guy complex going on.
I mean, Oompa Loompas were the only people in the factory working. So that's
Jeff, you're preaching to the choir, brother. Okay.
All of us were on short leashes down there. We had very thin skin after working multiple years in Huntsville with that stadium. The people.
I think you had pulled the tarp like 3 times that day too.
It's the worst.
I've got a Huntsville Stars story for you. So I was 15 and I was the bat boy for the Stars, right? That summer. I needed a job, and my dad was like, go down to the Huntsville Stars, see if they'll hire you. 2003. Okay. 2003. Yeah. 2002, 2003, something like that. 0203. Anyway, so I go down there and I sign up and I'm the bat boy for like a week. And then the general manager, his name is Buck, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he comes down and he's like, hey man, our clubby just quit. Do you think that you'd be willing to do that, to be the clubhouse attendant? And I was like, I'm the bat boy. What are you talking about? He goes, we need somebody to wash the uniforms and kind of get everything ready, keep the clubhouse clean. So at 15 years old, I was in charge of washing the Huntsville Stars uniforms and ordering the food for them and doing all this stuff. And that's like Tony Gwynn Jr. was there, and I'm trying to think who else. Nelson Cruz, who's now an all-star. I mean, there are a lot of really good players there, but I did that for about a month and they finally hired somebody. But that was a pretty cool summer for me.
Pretty sweet, man.
I gotta do some cool stuff.
Brewers affiliates then?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that was
So
pretty
you're
cool.
ordering-
Wisconsin Brewers, too, but yeah, that's awesome.
So
That's a
you're-
cool job for a 15-year-old kid.
Exactly. I just kind of stumbled into it. It was great. And then like Frank Gore and McCann came through at the Mississippi Braves.
Was that Corey Hart?
I think no, Corey wasn't there. I think that was after him or before.
JJ Hardy.
JJ was there. Yeah.
So at 15, you're ordering food for the team.
Yeah, man.
Here's a list to order from, or
so you provide them a meal after every game. So like you keep like food in there. You give them a post game meal, and then they pay for it throughout the week. So they basically pay you per day. It's like a per diem that they pay into a pot. But then at the end of a long homestand, they'll pay you plus whatever tip you get. So I made a little bit of money on that. The experience was cool for me. I didn't care.
Who tipped you, the team or the players?
Who did what? The players would tip. The players would tip.
But so
Who was the cheap ass?
There weren't many. There really weren't.
Oh, name drop.
I'm serious.
Name and shame.
I think.
Yeah, but this is minor leagues. Nobody's got a lot of big contracts.
Nobody had any money.
But then again, I probably wasn't expecting much. I mean, I was like 15 years old. I didn't care. I was like, this is the greatest job ever. You get to hang around with big leaguers.
Ryan, did you ever do clubby work?
There was that one dude that played. God, I told the Brewers VP of Player Development to trade his ass when I was drunk at winter meetings in Dallas in 2011. His name was Jed. Was it not Jed Lowry, but yeah. Brett Lowry. You remember him, right? He broke his bat. Remember? He broke his bat at like our 11 a.m. kids game in front of like a couple hundred kids. Wicked loud, and everybody in the stadium heard him because there was like 400 people there. and like he was the worst. But that guy, he was. So they called him the signing bonus baby. Everybody on the team hated him because he got like $4 million as a signing bonus, and he was the biggest douchebag in the world. And they finally traded him to, I think, Toronto or Oakland in like a major pitching deal, something like that. But
Ryan's not scared. He's name dropping. Y'all get ready.
Oh,
there you go.
Dude, there's a player not to be named that came off the second pop for marijuana that spice in K whatever back in the day was very popular. And let's just say that person was in my apartment more than once.
Was that
many stories? Yeah.
Was that apartment at the Huntington?
Yes, yeah, at the Huntington. Yeah.
There it is.
Said he won't be named. What's his? Is there a rhyme? Is it rhyme with anything?
Let's just say he's like an all-star pitcher right now out there, reliever.
Caps. We don't.
Matt Caps. That wasn't Matt Caps.
Wasn't me.
Chris, when you're 15 and you're in charge of ordering food for this minor league team, did they tell you these are the restaurants, these are the menus, these are their orders, or did you just get carte blanche of you have this much?
Yeah. Yeah, you go to like Rosie's or Little Rosie's or I don't know,
Chicken
Ruby
pockets.
Tuesday. Yeah, Caps. You know, I mean, it's just
Chicken pockets.
It's not. It's not like some like elaborate meal. It's like, hey, look, guys, here's 3 trays of spaghetti from Carrabba's.
That's right.
Whatever,
I was wondering if you had if you had the budget for like.
No.
Struck up a deal with Rolos.
No, yeah, there wasn't much of a budget there. It was like, you know,
Did Buck let you trade out? Like, so like I used to work with the clubby to give him some of my inventory for like outfit wall signs, so he could basically get those meals for free and not have to pay out of his pocket. Did Buck let you?
And then
do
he
that?
got paid.
Yeah, so it was basically all. So the team, I would give him inventory to do like program ads or like an outfield wall sign, and he'd go to like Chris was saying, like Rosie's, and Rosie's would say, okay, we'll furnish meals for every like Tuesday night home game, and it wouldn't come out of Chris's pocket, whereas normally he would have to pay for that out of pocket and then hope he gets it back in tips and all that. So yeah, Buck would always let the guys do that, and then they just work with me to take the inventory. But those guys made bank if they traded out. I mean, that last really creepy dude that we had, Casio, last year that I was there, I forget what the really big dude with his son that was even creepier.
Oh shit, that was me, dude.
Sorry, you looking at me?
No, he's like Shrek. He literally looks like Shrek. But
that work there?
Yeah, he was the Huntsville Havoc.
Yeah, well, no, we're not gonna name names.
Yeah, so yeah, that
The
guy
hell's a
he
Huntsville
traded out
Havoc?
every single day.
Yeah,
He didn't pay a dime.
We're not throwing Clay under the bus, right, Casio?
No, it definitely was not Clay, is it? Caps, you ordered chicken pockets?
The chicken pocket tacos at Little Rosie's are fantastic.
That's the bomb.
Chicken pop. I was going to mention that earlier. I didn't realize I was muted. I was going to I've never been a minor league baseball player before, but I have been and probably still am currently poor. I don't know what a chicken pocket is. Sounds like something I'd probably grow up on.
The chicken pocket tacos at Little Rosie's are fantastic. On what is that, Whitesburg Drive?
Yeah.
Are fantastic.
What? Yeah, I get that. I get that plus jalapenos, and that's the jam right there. Boys.
What is it?
You're not. Where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta. Well, I'm from Douglasville, Georgia. I live in Roswell, Georgia now, a little north of Atlanta.
And but my wife time in pro ball. So how do you know Little Rosie's?
My wife is from Huntsville. She went to Grissom.
Oh, okay. She went to what?
Grissom. She went to Grissom.
Oh, what year did she graduate?
2000.
Oh shit, I was long gone.
I was 9 years old.
Nice.
Speaking of chicken pocket, it's my buddy's nickname, Steve Hall, in the house. What's up, Steve?
What's up, fellas? How you doing?
We called him chicken pocket. What are you eating?
Right now, give him a second.
He's eating chicken pocket.
That's exactly what he said.
Roots. Some
roots.
Vegan ice cream.
What is this? Roots, black bean hummus, and orange bell pepper.
Boot him.
What's that, D-Carp?
Boot him. Get him out of here.
Boot him.
Get him out of here.
Unless that's code words for mushrooms, we don't want it in here.
That's why I'm here.
He thinks he's really at a party right now. He's so high on mushrooms.
We just lost somebody. Who did we lose?
Chris,
The story was so boring. Somebody went to hang himself.
Yeah. Chris, Steve is a concert promoter. So you've been really busy in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, what are you doing? First of all, you spent like most of the year in Amsterdam?
In Belgium, yeah.
And Trader Joe's.
So this is crazy. I don't even know if I told you, Casio. I had a show on like March 14th. My sister lives in Belgium, and my brother-in-law was working in Dubai at the time. I was like, had no idea what the hell's going on with the pandemic. I just knew that if my sister got sick, who's going to look after my niece and nephew? And I knew I wasn't going to be working for just a few months, right?
All right, just a few weeks.
Yes.
I bought a ticket and I bolted to Belgium. I didn't even know if they were going to let me in the country. I mean, it was like March 14th. March 14th was my last show. I flew out on March 17th. I remember flying from London to Belgium, taking my jacket off just so I'm in a t-shirt, so I didn't look like I was sweaty or anything, because I was like, if I look like I'm sweating and I've got a fever or something, they might not let me in the country. And can I get back to the United States at this point? It was crazy. And so I ended up staying there for like 5.5 months, just chilling out with my sister, niece, and nephew, going to parks and robbing old ladies, that kind of shit, you know?
Speaking of,
how do you know what no means? You don't speak Belgium. You know what I mean? What? So do you have anything on the books? What are you doing?
No, my 2027 concert calendar is looking really good.
Obviously, you have no shows on the books. You're eating bell pepper with hummus.
oh,
Yeah, now I feel bad.
Homeless people to get this from them too.
on your way to Belgium next trip, you need to go by Sweden. Did y'all see that McDonald's in Sweden opened up a barbershop?
No.
I saw that.
Yeah, they're making the haircuts so you can get the golden arches.
You can get the butt cut. Yeah.
It's almost one half of what Steve's got going right now. If you take another strand on the other side, that's what they're cutting it.
I mean, I can Venmo you $10 so you can go, to something good, a Zaxby's. What do you guys got down there in the summer?
Zaxby's?
That would be
what's the chicken finger place?
Bojangles.
No, I can't. No, not Bojangles.
Yeah, we're getting chicken
Guthrie's.
pockets for
You can go to a Guthrie's.
Oh yeah,
Guthrie's.
I take care of a Guthrie's. Yeah.
Good.
Their coleslaw, something different in that.
So do you guys? So Casio, is this a regular thing?
This is the first one we've done. Look, there's the haircut.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Steve, you
That
need
is the
this.
Swedish cut right there.
You need that cut right there, buddy. The golden
Apparently,
M.
it's becoming a thing out there in Sweden again. That's why they're bringing it. That's why they're bringing the shop out so you can go get that cut because it's coming back.
Hey, if this pandemic gets much worse, I might have stay as stressed out as I have been this year. I'll be having the same haircut as Casio before I know it.
I just fell out naturally during the pandemic.
Right. I hear you.
No, mine was going. I love everybody's like, you gonna let it grow back? I'm like, no, Jesus already took the wheel on that, brother. it was going already. I just sped the trip up. I dropped the hammer down.
Throwbacks. You mean the one hair that was still growing?
I was about to say, I was grooming it. I look like Mr.
Cassie, when did you
Burns from
do that?
Simpsons. What's that?
When did you do that?
It's been about a year now, October.
Been a while, yeah.
Oh, was that?
I did it last October because I raised money, or maybe a little bit before that, August.
Yeah, we sent you a couple of bucks.
Come on.
Yeah, I still get stuff in the
Oh,
mail.
I was hoping your wife was going to leave you, so Then she ended up kind of liking it.
Hey, wife. Big booty Judy. She might be asleep. She's gonna be
Still getting stuff in the mail from downtown Mission, looking for more donations. So we got to figure out another fundraiser for them.
Who is
Hey,
mine?
did you ever?
Yeah.
They're always looking for. Yeah, they need a lot of stuff, man. That was a fun time.
Yeah.
Did you ever figure out who sent you those hissing crickets, Casio?
Hissing
When you did-
cockroaches? No.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, I do a once a month PO box episode where anybody can send anything to my PO box. And we had, I think it was the second one. Somebody from England sent hissing cockroaches, and it was chaos.
I'm gonna send
I'd
you
be
a
curious.
What's that?
No.
Have you seen those things where you can send like a bag? My wife sent one to me before. She sent me like a bag of dicks at work because I was being an asshole one week.
Yeah, no, I got them somewhere. Somebody's already sent me a bag of dicks. I've got glitter bombs that blew up in my face.
Yeah.
For some reason, everybody sends me anything phallic. I don't know if you can see over my shoulder over here.
Yeah.
No.
It's my man, the meme.
Joe, looks like Joe Boo.
Is he going Red Hot Chili Peppers on that thing, covering it up, or what?
Let's get a sock.
Has he got a sock on it? Chili Pepper style? Oh shit!
Oh my god!
That's awesome.
Those
And by the
like
way,
banana hammock.
we probably shouldn't do it, but
on the
but
Caribbean.
it bobbles.
Oh god! You're banned. Oh, and
Let's
you're
get this
losing
man.
Joe.
I'm curious if you're doing that.
Caps, that's what I'm getting you for Christmas.
I've already got it. Get something else.
It's probably the Minnesota fans that sent it to him.
Yeah, probably.
I did not send him the hissing cockroach. I haven't sent you anything. I just saw it. Doug Markham lost his mind, and I went, "Oh, those
Yeah,
are
well, my wife took it out of the box because you don't expect anything alive, and they started making their hissing noises. And then my wife, who is an animal freak,
Talking about the cockroaches or the bag of dicks?
There's the same size. The cockroaches, she like got one on her hand and it immediately dropped it, and chaos absolutely ensued. So,
If you're doing a PO box thing, I'd love to see what those kids who were in here at the beginning would send you. So,
yeah, in case y'all missed it, some of y'all came in late. Right when we first started, since we opened it up to everybody, some they sounded 12 probably, just old enough to. They got in the mic and went, "I want to see vagina," like right out of the gate. And so
DJs, you mean?
that was Steve under his different name. That's why he was late.
That was you at 12 years old.
This just got awkward. Actually, that was me, and I came in late because I had to go back out and log in under this name.
yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. What's the football game doing?
I still want to see vagina.
I don't want to talk about it.
It's gotten ugly for the
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Now he's trying to dig himself out of a hole.
Cleveland is?
Yeah,
it's like a 14-point
34-20.
game late in the third.
Ravens are up.
Oh, speaking of phallic symbols, I also got this mailed to me. It's a stuffed
Nice.
micropene.
What?
I get all kind of stuff. I get this, the toe of Satan.
Look at
You
that.
try that?
You're supposed to lick it. I licked it. It was bad. It was really bad. Really bad.
I gotta get a podcast.
Yeah, they just
Have
said
you
y'all
done
roast them.
has anybody sent you the one chip challenge yet?
Not the one chip. No, I got a Thor's hammer for some reason. I talk about Little Debbie on my podcast so much. They sent me a Christmas box of snack cakes and a scarf and a beanie.
Little Debbie's did?
What's that?
By the way, their dip is good that they sent you the recipe for.
Yeah, they sent me Christmas tree cake.
No
yeah.
joke.
And
Really?
they said, well, we got
Everybody
Bean
frozen, man.
Boozled. Oh, see, everything's phallic. Here's a coloring book called Glorious Dicks. I don't know why everybody thinks it's hilarious, but
Are half of those like Jimbo just messing with you, just different addresses?
nah, he's got a radio salary too. He can't afford to mail stuff.
Yeah, and he doesn't have that kind of dedication. He can't afford stamps. I
This-
went to Chattanooga to help a friend move a couple of years ago and came across the Little Debbie Boulevard or whatever it is that goes to the plant. And now I can't remember if I took a picture and sent it to you or not, but I definitely thought about you when I saw Little Debbie.
Yeah, you
Look,
didn't,
man.
so you probably didn't.
The radio salary joke was funny, but it hurts, man. It physically hurts. Physically hurts.
Send you a screenshot, Casio. Spotify gives you the annual wrap up last week at the beginning of December, and you had my number 3 podcast on all Spotify for 2020.
Come on, man.
It's awesome.
Number 2 was Antonio.
Because
He forgot to tell you he doesn't listen to podcasts.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the other number 1 was Martha Stewart, and number 2 was Caps.
How to make hummus every week.
Yeah.
It was a new hummus recipe.
I don't
All right,
think
fellas,
I've ever heard a Littlefoot song before.
What's that?
Like that's your number 1 band, right? Littlefoot or Little Feet.
Little Feet this year.
I've never heard.
Little Feet's my grass cutting album, so it ended up being. It really skewed my Spotify because I hit it this summer, man.
I've never heard a song of theirs.
What?
Casio.
Nope.
Oh, what?
Dixie
You're getting ready to
Chicken.
wrap. You're getting ready to wrap it up, Casio. I'm gonna go hop on some video games if you wanna join in there with me.
Yeah, I love. He's the only sports guy I know that. I mean, not that I've ever listened to a show, but they're like, "How's the Monday night game?" Well, I mean, I didn't see it. I was playing video games, but
Look, in my defense,
just a hot takes after playing video games.
In my defense, it was like the Jets and somebody else. Who cares? I mean, come on, give me.
They
a
don't
break.
play every week.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, man. Tony Mack for jumping in. Jeff, Chris Allen, thank you. Caps.
Yeah,
Appreciate
buddy.
it, bro. We need a
Thanks, sir.
sequel. Who thinks we should have a spinoff where I just talk to Caps? That's what I need.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
I'll get on
Chris.
there with you.
Chris,
Are
make that
we,
happen since you're his handler.
I'm just his hype man, not the handler.
yeah.
So are we doing this tomorrow? Because I like the bar in my house better than I like the bar down the street.
No, we'll definitely do this again. This was fun though. Maybe we should have a New Year's party for all us sad people that sit down.
Yeah.
But in 2 weeks we got the Christmas special. We're doing other unboxing. Although I don't know if anything's going to come in because the postal system's really
What's in the box?
taking. Yeah, no, that's coming.
Conrad
one of these
tweeted
times.
literally to send you shit. He literally said someone poop in a box and sent it to you on Twitter.
Yeah, we didn't get poop. I've got everything else though.
I'm not gonna do it, but I got a dog that can take a shit in a box.
You should video it at least,
That's a
especially
good
if you're going to
share.
send it. I want proof that it was fresh.
I mean, proof that it was actually the dog shitting in the box.
Yeah, I need it straight from the tap. Don't be doing a random dog.
We don't need any grass mixed
It's
in.
gonna be
There you go.
hungover 2 in the afternoon on a Sunday. Shit's what you're getting.
Yeah,
Nothing
no,
but
I need to know where the source is coming
Is
from. I'm
there-
all organic on my
If
dog
there's
food.
corn in there, we know what's up.
I ain't German.
All right,
Check
I
for the
should
black
say we
bean
stop
helmet,
before we get
man.
embarrassed, but I think we already did. What do you got,
Oh.
Steve? Steve, you got toilet paper back there?
No, it's just paper towels.
Oh, I
Nice
was about to say
flex.
that's hard to come by these days.
Yeah.
You got to clean the hummus off your
Paper
keyboard.
towels, sometimes it doubles as toilet paper when times are tough.
You know,
Boy,
Steve's
did
my
he
dude
just-
when he's got paper towels and cleaning solution right by his computer. All
So
right.
he didn't just hold. That was not a bottle of lotion he just held up with his paper towels, right?
That was
That
cleaning
was, that was
solution.
keyboard lube. Is what that was. It's just to keep the keyboard fresh. That's all.
Multi-purpose. That's what I'm
Better hope I'm not using that for lube.
hearing. Times are hard, man. Times are hard.
Times are hard, and so am I.
Better off using
You
the
know,
hummus glue.
I had about 6 outs we could have took, and they were all going to be great. And now we're just spiraling out of control here. Now
That's
we're
what makes it
spiraling.
fun, man.
Anyways,
Thank
for more
y'all.
hummus-
We had a bunch of people that popped in that didn't have video. Appreciate y'all watching. I don't know. That was pretty creepy that you just sat there the whole time, but I'm not going to call you out. But thank y'all for watching.
Chris Allen, Creed.
Caps, appreciate it. Steve, Ryan from Boston, Daniel, Descartes, Macbeth in the house, Jeff York, my man. Let's do a deal together soon.
Yeah, or get some soup.
Adios, muchachos.
Cheers.